The year is almost over. We're at the end of 2025. Today I streamed myself for the past 2.5 hours setting up the separating axis theorem for OBB versus OBB and OBB versus circle. I turned all the static geometry, all these lines, into little oriented bounding boxes instead, just to make the OBB versus geometry a bit more stable, because previously it was just OBB versus lines, and there were so many edge cases that I couldn't get right. And now it's totally fine. Look at that. We have of course, since I'm drawing all these snowflakes and I'm zooming in, it's going to get very laggy, but we can handle, man, that is a bit too slow for me. But look at that. We can stack all these boxes. Of course, with any physics engine, it gets a little bit unstable when you stack them too high. Let's see. Let's see if we can make a little tower out of them. Cool. Wow. Let's tear it down. There we go. Cool. So, of course, the underlying architecture is Box 2D Lite. I borrowed the impulse solver from that and figured it out in Desmos, and then added my own tweaks to it to get the separations between bodies to be correct. Over the past 2 days, I was working on the separating axis theorem in Desmos for the second time, just proving that the logic worked. Of course, this is only for squares. You can get it working for any arbitrary sided polygon, but the most I want to support is just boxes for now. And I ported that over into our engine today, where we have this thing, OBB versus OBB, penetration resolution, and it's 500 lines of just determining where the vertices are, and then debug drawing everything, and then clipping the points, and then calculating the penetration and the separation and the normals and the points that you want to resolve with. And I did the same thing earlier this morning, just out of curiosity. I figured out OBB versus circle, where you take the point of the circle, project it around the origin where the AABB is, and then you do the same kind of resolution thing. You can see that I also draw little positions from there, the resolution positions, and I got that working too earlier. It's way smaller than the SAT, but we got both working. I figured that instead of doing all the capsule specific resolutions, I can just compose capsules out of circles, like a circle, circle, and an OBB in the middle. But I think, like, for all my purposes right now, the physics engine is roughly complete. Like, I don't want to worry about sweeping. I'm not going to have anything that's moving that fast anyway. I mean, it all looks like it resolves realistically. I'm not even going to have stacking, really. I had a dream last night where it was a really, really poorly made game where you're driving in a car and you bump into anything and it stops and you need to get out and repair it. And all the while, like, zombies are very slowly approaching you, and, like, your car breaks down, you need to repair it, you need to get away. It was freaky. It was really dreadful, really horrible dream. So I woke up from that and I was like, I could probably make it in the engine by now, especially now that I have actual working 2D physics. So I think over the next few weeks, I'll start cleaning up the engine a bit, making like a little 2D demonstration where I just have like basic AI on the circles approaching you, and really poor car driving mechanics. I'm gonna cut some corners. Like, I don't want to. I figured out Windows audio drivers before, but I figured I'll just download a library for it. So I got mini audio ported in the engine. So I'm just gonna see if I can get that to work. It's a header-only library. I just need to bridge it to Windows to play audio. I have a physics engine, I have a software renderer, I have a PNG loader. That's basically everything I need for my own minimal 2D engine at this point. So, huge progress this year. I guess we'll see what happens next year, but thanks for watching. Happy New Year's, everyone. See you later.